Yo, people, what's going on?
What's going on, Rants?
Another episode of Red Talk. Johnny, what are you saying? What are you telling me, bro?
I'm good. I've got to do a couple of shout outs for people that are supporting you that you don't know about. A couple of people, got a lot of people behind your Rants, yeah, and I want to speak on what's happened this week, right? I'm going to start off and give my own spin on it, right? Rants gave me an opportunity when nobody else would, right? I was on my own. Rants said to me, Johnny, I like you. Gave me the opportunity, and he's been loyal to me, and he hasn't lied to me once, and I've got no reason whatsoever to believe that he's disingenuous whatsoever. I've been following him long enough now. Rants is one of the realest people on YouTube. He's unapologetically himself. Now, if you don't like his opinions, you're entitled to have that view, right? I don't agree with everything that Rants says, but I do agree with a lot of what he says. And what I like about Rants' platform is it's not PC. You can say what you want, yeah? Don't matter what your opinion is, you're entitled to say it. But he gave me an opportunity, and I'm staying loyal to him, and I'm going to stay loyal to him because I believe in loyalty is a big thing to me. He didn't have to give me an opportunity, and he did, and I'll not forget that. And I know he helps other people. He's giving me private advice that people don't know about. He looks after. He looks the people that stick with him. He looks after. Now he's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and neither am I. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, otherwise I'd be a mug winner. End of the day, you can like and dislike whoever you choose to like. But you don't have to be like slagging people off and lying about him. End of the day, what's going on between other fan channels and things that have gone in the background, we only know at the surface what's going on. Yeah, not everything is as it appears. So listen, if you like Rants, then good for you. And if you don't, then just keep moving and stay in your own lane. But he held his hand out to me, and he gave me an opportunity when he didn't have to. And for that reason, I'm sticking by him because I've got no reason not to, and I trust his word is legit. And that's all I've got to say on the matter.
Nice one, bro. Nah, I appreciate it, man. It's calm. I didn't even know you're gonna say that, but it's calm, bro. At the end of the day, I'm not really trying to spend too much time talking about people that aren't important. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to do that. The haters not important. The other people, do you know what I mean? That haven't done right by me, they're not important either. You know, like that. So it is what it is, bro.
I'm a big believer in loyalty, mate. And
yeah, me too, bro. But at the end of the day, yeah, not everyone's. Listen, not everyone wants what's best for you, bro. Like, and when things are shit, that's when you realize who was really about what. Do you know what I mean? And the people that know me personally or have had something to do with me that have been trying to snake man or whatever, bro, all it is when they was next to you, you got to realize that them man were jealous of you the whole time. They were just hating on you. That's all it is, bro. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes the people that hate on you the most are the people that are closest to you, innit? So yeah, these things happen. Bruv, honestly, doesn't mean anything, bro. Do you know what I mean? We continue, man. I love this community that I've built. Do you know what I mean? And I can't.
The bigger I've got around, the more hate I'm getting, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna happen, bruv. So just honestly, I wouldn't really, bruv. Don't even worry about it. Like, big up Tommy for this super chat.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
He's a West Ham fan, right? Obviously, as you know, I'm very active on Twitter, and I do his Twitter spaces, and he always comes on. He's always polite. We have good chat, good banter, and in his inbox, we saying, "Look, do you mind giving me a shout out and letting Rants know that I'm 100% behind him?" And he's 100%. There's a lot of people behind your Rants.
I know that, bro. Honestly, I know that, and that's why I'm not worried about this situation. This is bullshit, bro. Like, I'm not worried about it. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in things that would take care of themselves, innit?
One more shout out is Uze_156 asked me to give an appreciation shout out to Paul Pogba. He asked it, says, can you please just give an appreciation shout out? So I've done that as well. So Uze, there's your shout out to Paul Pogba. We all love Paul Pogba. We all appreciate Paul Pogba. He's the best player at the club, bar none. I don't care what anyone says. And it, hopefully leaves the club. And he goes on and be the best version of Paul Pogba that he can be. But I think nobody in the chat now will disagree by giving a big up and a shout out to Paul Pogba. So I've done your shout outs, guys. Hope you're happy with that.
That's it, man. Big up everyone inside. It's always love. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, there's been a lot going. That's a lie. There's been a lot going on in the newspapers. When I say there's been a lot going on at the club, nothing has actually happened. It's just a lot of noise, innit? At the moment. it's noise that potentially is exciting, but it's noise that I'm not getting too carried away about. Obviously,
Rants, yeah. People are getting excited, and do you know what? I ain't gonna begrudge anyone getting excited, but this is fucking 16 years overdue. Like, if we really are acting like the club we're supposed to be, this is long overdue. They're like people are sick of this, and everyone's entitled to be excited, but I feel like the message, or the bigger message about the Glazers out, that's died off. Where's that momentum gone? It's just died. And in all honesty, the Glazers have played a blinder, and I don't mean that respectfully because I can't stand them, but they have. They've got Sancho, that new shiny toy. All the temperature has cooled down.
But that's what always happens. Remember, there was a protest. Actually locked in, and then remember we signed Bruno, and then man didn't do it. They just didn't walk out, and that's what it is. The Glazers out thing's gone hella quiet now, bro. And these things will always make me think that these man are only doing it because they were under fire from the Super League business, and then obviously the protests, and it's just a way of keeping fans on side. And don't get me wrong, yeah. I still don't think we're gonna sign. I think we could potentially sign one of the two, but we definitely won't sign both Varane and Camavinga.
I would be absolutely stunned if we did both.
And if we sign both, I think that we're signing both. Pogba's going out. You know, like that. If we manage to keep Pogba and sign them two and Sancho, that's a 9 out of 10 window, blood. You know what I mean? And we haven't had a 9 out of 10 window, like you said, in the last 16 years, bro. Like, and it's not even since Sir Alex Ferguson. Even during Sir Alex Ferguson, we've had very shit windows, but because we had a good spine, we got away with it. Do you know what I mean? We had Michael Owen windows and Chris Smallings and them man there, bro, and Valencia's. Them windows were all shit. They were trash windows.
We've been left behind, but back then we had Sir Alex Ferguson's greatness that kept us going. Do you know what I mean? But no, it's all right. Like, I don't know to like. The thing is, we're getting all these signings, but it's still got somebody who should be captaining this ship. Like, simple as that. And I want. Do you know what? I'm so sick of these Ollie sexuals. I want him to get all his signings. I really want him to, because there's no fucking excuses next year. I don't want any excuses. No comebacks. I want him to be exposed for the fucking fraud that he is.
Yeah. No, but you know what it is, yeah? One thing I'll say is, bruv, we're in a win-win situation as fans. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if United do sign all these guys and United start winning things, yeah, even though I don't think the players is enough, because I think that our manager's not good enough to compete with the likes of Pep, the likes of Tuchel, the likes of Klopp. I don't think he's good enough. Even if he has the players, I don't think he's good enough. However, if for some reason he managed to actually win something, then cool. It's good because we've won stuff. However, if he doesn't, he'll be under pressure, yeah, more than ever. So, bro, it's a win-win situation. It's either we win trophies or he gets forced out.
I think he's going to be under pressure from day one, me, because now he's like, if we complete this window as suspected, you're looking at roughly, give or take, 10, 20 million, 400 million pound out there.
He's officially spent more than Jose now.
I don't care how much of a legend he is. At the end of the day, the Glazers are businessmen. And they're going to want a return on that money.
Of course.
That's a big outlay, man. That's more than Jose spent.
It is, yeah.
It is. Like, nobody can deny that. So, listen, I give the man what he wants. But I tell you what it is, he's got to deliver next year. He's got to. And in my opinion, right, I don't know about you, Rants, but because I'm active on Twitter, I get this Klopp argument shoved down my neck all the time. So by using that same logic that these people batter me with all the time, he has to get to a Champions League final next year, and he has to come 1 point behind the winners by their logic. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they want to go with. So all right, let's.
No, but bro, if man finished second last year, and you invest X amount and get him them 3 players, then he has to win the league this year. Because if he doesn't win the league this year, then it's not progress, surely. Because even the club was saying progress. They're trying to shove that down our throats.
Constantly.
Even though we haven't won anything, even though we lost the final. Do you know what I mean? And went out the Champions League in the group stages. Like, they're still trying to push the progress thing. So for me, progress next season has to be winning the league. Nothing else should be accepted, really. If we do sign Sancho, even if we don't sign anyone else, really, like, them man are pushing this improvement every season kind of thing, innit? So either way, we're like, bigger questions will be asked of the manager the more money we spend in it. There's only so much he can kind of hide behind this failure in it and put it down to different things.
Yesterday, mate, it might have been yesterday before I put it in group chat. Did you read it?
What's that?
I'm so confident that Ollie will never win the league at Man United. I said I put out on Twitter.
Yeah, but come on, bro. Like, honestly, look at the caliber of managers in the league. He's not winning it, bro.
Tuchel, Pep, Klopp, Brendan, even Benitez now to a certain degree. I know I know that they're a lesser team, Everton, but Benitez is a good manager. He's better than Ole. He's up against a lot of people.
He is.
In my opinion, right, we're a donkey in a horse race. You know what I mean?
No, you're spot on, bro. You're spot on. But the one thing I would say is, the reason why I'm relaxed about the Ole situation right now is because I have a feeling, that they're probably just going to give him a new contract anyway. And they're probably trying to get all these signings in, to try and get everyone's optimism up for when this thing arrives. I'm surprised they haven't announced it already, because remember, they announced the Sancho thing. And when everyone was giddy about that, they just slipped in the One Matter extension. They slipped in the flipping that goalkeeper extension. And they slipped in, who else got an extension?
Well, I don't know, to be honest.
It was One Matter.
One Matter is all I know about this week.
No, it was One Matter. The goalkeeping coach guy, that fucking, I forgot his name. Grant and someone else got an extension as well. Bro.
What's that all about? We've got 4 goalkeepers now. Like, what is that all about?
I have no idea, my bro. I have no idea. Who else got an extension, guys? There was 3 people, I swear. It was Lee Grant, One Matter, and who else got an extension? Was that it? And then obviously they put the Lee Grant and One Matter thing. They kind of slid that in with the Sancho thing. Thought we wouldn't notice. Do you know what I'm saying?
All the contract to come out then, around that Sancho. I thought that, like, I didn't think the fan base is going to get any happier than the Sancho signing. So I was expecting.
That's what I mean.
Around that. It's all manipulation.
Yeah, I agree with it though, bro. I genuinely think that's what it is. I think that they're trying to make us think that they're trying to make things happen, so they can say, listen, we were in this, we were in that. Because I remember when we got linked with Sergio Ramos, and there was all this talk saying Ramos is open to come in, Man United have agreed personal terms, all of that. And then he ends up staying at Real Madrid. And I think that's what Varane's doing to us.
All these headlines about supposedly Varane coming, but then there was a headline yesterday. I don't know how reliable it is, but saying as possible as it may be, at the minute, it's a remote possibility. Yeah. And I have a feeling this Varane thing stinks of Ramos back in when he was like
100.
Used. I'd be surprised if we land him. I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd welcome him. I'd welcome him definitely. Massive upgrade, but I just don't see him, man.
I don't either. Man, and also, Man United don't sign superstars. Varane's a superstar, innit? Pogba's the only superstar Man United have signed. Do you know what I'm saying? And even Pogba.
If Pogba's going to leave, why would Varane come in? I don't mean, like, if Pogba's going
to
maybe see it.
But that's what I mean. That doesn't make sense either. But there's talk that Pogba's speaking to PSG, and there's no talk of Pogba signing a new deal. So why would Varane come in? That's another reason why I'm not really believing it. And then also, Camavinga's a young Frenchman, If Pogba's leaving, why would Camavinga come in? That doesn't make sense. And I'm hearing that he wants Real Madrid anyway. So, like, all of it sounds weird. And like this guy said, Camavinga doesn't seem like a Solskjaer signing. Just like Van de Beek didn't sound like a Solskjaer signing.
And there's noises of him on about him leaving as well.
Yeah, Camavinga's my kind of signing, but Oli would rather go and sign a Calvin Phillips or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that's the kind of manager he is. So I don't know, or even a Declan Rice or something like that. So we went from getting linked with
what's
his name? Ben White.
Yeah.
and Declan Rice to Varane and Camavinga. That feels weird to me, innit? Like, what happened overnight? Like, I genuinely want to know what happened overnight that we went from getting linked with Kieran Trippier and Ben White to Raphael Varane and Camavinga.
What if this is just a smoke screen by the Glazers to stretch it out to get the fans like excited?
It could be. It could be, or something profound's happened behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Because I don't know what that is. If you don't get him, that would. I mean, even I would have to say that's a change in direction from the club.
It's a massive change of direction. Yeah. A change of direction I like if it's real, but one, I would love to know where it's come from. Do you know what I mean? Two, I don't know how much I believe in it, because it's like we get linked with these two, and then I see reports saying it's very unlikely that we'll get both, but they don't play in the same position, so why not? And also, Varane's meant to be available for about 60. Camavinga's going to be available for about 30. So that's 90 million, yeah?
On top of really,
yeah, but really, that's around 100. Yeah, but it's about 150 million window, 160. That's how much we should be spending every year anyway. And we're probably going to sell players as well, like, because Jesse will probably end up going for some money. Do you know what I mean? So it's not 100.
There's been talk this week, chances about giving him a new contract.
Yeah, but they'll sell him, bro.
That don't make no sense.
It doesn't make no sense, but I think they'll sell him.
From Jesse's perspective, it makes no sense because you're not regardless of what anybody thinks about Bruno, you're not displacing him. So you're just going to come back to warm the bench up. That's all you're going to do. Whereas at West Ham, he's the main man. Like, he's the star of the show. His career's picked back up. He's on the upward trajectory. It makes absolutely no sense to come back to Man United. And I mean that respectfully towards him.
100%, bro. But that's why I don't know. I don't know what this is. I want to be excited about the perceived direction that we're going in, but I don't know how real it is. I don't know how real it is. Sancho, Camavinga, and Varane sounds too good to be true, bro. Yeah, it sounds way too good to be true. And if it does come off, then I want to know who's behind it, because there was something earlier saying, yeah, that Matt Judge is still in charge of transfers. But this transfer strategy seems very, very different to all the previous ones. So I don't know what changed, bruv. It can only be the guilt and trying to appease the fans here because of the Super League, because nothing else actually matters. And even then, the transfer targets feel like someone else is behind it. So I don't know if it's just a smoke screen. Right?
Let's just say, like, going back to Ollie a second, if we do get all these targets in, one, nobody can say he's not been backed anymore because that's been more backing than any manager. And two, it has to be the title. Like, it has to be the title.
Yeah. It was Tom Heaton was the third person that got the so we signed Tom Heaton, Lee Grant got a new contract, and Matter, and they slid that underneath the Sancho thing like we wouldn't notice. That's what these men are on. So them kind of things don't stink of a team that's trying to really upgrade. You don't give Matter a new contract.
This is Glazenomics trying to protect the asset.
Of course.
This thing about Matter, right? What I don't like about the setup at Man United is it's too friendly. There's too many mates. Kieran McKenna, Michael Carrick, Mickey Phelan, Ole, all mates, right? Then you're going to bring Matter into that. So what's another mate? Like, I don't see any personalities that are going to challenge each other. You know, in order to get the best out of yourself or other people, you have to be challenged. You need to be pushed, right? And Matter, and listen, I love Matter like he's my stepdad. I think he's a top bloke, lovely guy. I don't have a bad word to say about him, but like, I don't understand why they're keeping him on. Like what did they get? Like, he barely played last year.
Yeah,
they sticks him on fucking right wing anyway.
But I don't understand what one Matter brings to the team that another player couldn't. Like I said, we let Angel Gomez go, yeah, to keep one Matter who doesn't play. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no way that Angel can't give us more than what Matter's giving us. And then on top of that, yeah, you brought in Ahmad. And now there's talk of him going out on loan. So you brought in Ahmad, yeah? He hasn't really played. And then there's another player they're talking about going out on loan. So why did you bring him in the first place?
If they spend £35 million on Ahmad, right?
To send him out on loan.
At Atlanta, he's had a few cameos here. And from what I've seen, listen, I think there's a really good player in him.
Yeah,
and I don't see any reason, right, why you can't fucking get Dan James fucked off, sell him, right, because he's dead, right, and fucking give him his minutes and let him, you know, like first round of League Cups, first round of FA Cups, like second round, like there's games, there is minutes there for the youth to get chances. But the problem is there's so much pressure now on Ole to win a trophy. The first round's like a final. Every round's like a final because he's got to deliver somewhere. And now the youth are going to get, they're going to suffer for that. Do you know what I mean?
100%. So who do you think's going out? There's talk of Brandon Williams going out on loan. There's talks of
Donny's going to go, which will piss me off big time.
You think so? His agents come out and said he's not going nowhere.
I know, but then there's been more noises that he is.
When was that? Today? Because remember, I'm not on Twitter, so I ain't seen it.
There's been a few times this week. Your best friend, I'm not going to mention his name, obviously being sarcastic there, put a tweet out overnight saying that if Donny goes, it'll be really sad. Read into that what you will.
Yeah, but bruv, them man ain't none of them men ain't sources, innit? Like, so I'm talking about what sources have you lot heard that Donny's leaving? Because from what I've heard, his agent said he's not in it. So,
I hope he's not, because what I want to happen to Donny is I want him to outlast Ole because he's a baller, and I want ballers in my team.
Yeah.
So I believe he can outlast Ole. I do. Honestly, I think Ole will be gone by Christmas. I do. I don't see.
I think that there's a possibility that could happen if United don't start with a bang. But honestly, I feel like I'm just resigned to keeping him. Whatever. I'm just not even thinking about him leaving right now. Like, I'm not in it because it's like, for me, after the final, he should have been sacked on the spot.
Absolutely.
After getting knocked out of the Champions League, he should have got sacked on the spot. There were so many opportunities in the season where he should have got sacked. But so now he's still here. Like, I don't feel any way about it now. Like, I'm not going to be screaming to get rid of him now because it's like, for me, their manager said, you know what? He's staying, innit? So if that's the case, then bruv, he can stay and we'll just see what happens. But I'm not really too interested. Like that's just how I feel. Like, I just feel like I'm just gonna watch it, see how it plays out. Hopefully it works out, but I don't think it will, innit? That's just my stance in it. My stance is hopefully we sign all these great players, we start battering teams, and we win everything, innit? But football doesn't work like that. Football doesn't work like that.
These good players that we're potentially getting, Rants, don't make Ole a better manager. He's still,
they don't.
As a manager, still gonna have his flaws. Like in the key moments of high leverage games, right? Like, for example, the Europa League final, when he had to make a decision the decision that he didn't make to influence the game from a tactical perspective, and it just froze like a deer in the headlights. That doesn't speak to me of a guy that's got a strong character.
Bruv, like the way you got to look at it, like you said, it doesn't make him a better manager. Camavinga, say United sign Camavinga, he's still a teenager, bro. Like, I don't think Ole would be brave enough to put him straight into the starting lineup week in, week out anyway. No, because he's young and he's not really experienced, yeah. And then 2, he's not a leader. So if he comes in, he's gonna need direction. Is Ole the right man to give him that? No. Same with Varane. Varane is a bit more experienced, but he's not a natural leader. You even seen it in the French team. Like, he's not a leader at the back. So you bring in Varane, he's an upgrade on Lindelof, but still, he's not a leader. So that doesn't make Ole a better manager. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's bringing in big personalities around him, like Mourinho brought Zlatan in and Pogba, which are 2 very big personalities.
Like bringing in a Ramos to go into defence to look after defence.
Exactly. You know if you brought in a Sergio Ramos to look after the defence,
sorted out, innit? He can deal with that, but we're not bringing that in.
That's what I mean.
Like, when you look at our team, like our sort of 13, 14 players that he uses on a regular basis, we're not exactly spoilt with leaders like Roy Keane's and Vidic's and Rio's. Like, I don't see any. People say Harry Maguire's a leader, but I don't see it. Like, people say like he's vocal on the pitch. But there's more to being a leader than just shouting. And I don't see personally any leaders really in our team. Maybe Bruno, I don't know. But what I'm saying is nobody sticks out like a sore thumb as like, I am the Roy Keane of this team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there isn't that. But obviously there's different ways to lead, innit? So don't get it twisted. There's not one way to lead. So you don't have to be that big shouting, do you know what I mean, leader like a Roy Keane. That's kind of not how players lead these days, isn't it? Obviously, Pogba's a leader in that team. Do you know what I mean? But like, bro, like I feel like we need someone more combative. We need someone stylistically similar to an Eric Bailly in physicality to come in next to Maguire, innit? That's why I think that PSG got a great signing in Sergio Ramos on a free. And I don't understand that Sergio Ramos was available for free, but Man United weren't after him, but they're after Rafael Varane.
I know he's leaving now.
For 60 million. That doesn't make sense.
That was such an Ed Woodward signing, that.
That he was available for free. Could have got man for free. Didn't sign him for free. Instead, you're going to want to pay money for Varane. And that's what makes me feel like I can't be 100% excited about this Varane thing actually happening.
A lot of fans as well, right, Rants? There's a lot of people shouting to bring Ronaldo back, and I am not.
Bro.
I am not on that. I'm not on that shit, that train at all. I think it's a bad... The reason I'm against this Ronaldo move, one, I don't think he's not the player. Obviously he's not the player that he once was. Two, Ole, right? He ain't a fucking Alex Ferguson that can deal with egos and big personalities, right? He can barely deal with Bruno. He daren't take fucking Rashford on when Rashford's dropping 0 out of 10s. So what happens when Ronaldo comes over? It will be the Ronaldo show. Like, don't get twisted. It will be. It will be his show, right? He'll be taking the penalties. He'll be taking the free kicks. Everything will run through him. And when he does, because he's at his age, right, and time waits for no man, when he does drop stinkers, Ole ain't going to take him off. He won't take him off. Not to mention the astronomical fucking wages. I think it's a bad move. I get the reason behind it in case of like nostalgia. I understand it, but it's not the right move for business reasons and for the best for the benefit of the team. It's not especially while Ole's there, because Ole will not be able to deal with. You think Ronaldo's going to get told what to do by Ole? No.
Yeah, no chance. Even Sarri came out the other day and said that Ronaldo's like kind of a nightmare to coach because his celebrity is so big. It's kind of like you can't really tell him anything, bro. He's got like over 200 million followers on Instagram or something like that. Like you can't. He's got personal interests to look out for. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's sponsorships or his brand and that. So that kind of takes priority over the team. So he doesn't really like that. And obviously Sarri is from the old school.
Don't fit at all.
So yeah, like Ronaldo back to Man United would have never been a good idea, but the fans that were asking for it, like they need their heads wobbled, innit?
It's not coming from a place of like disrespect. Like I'm not disrespecting him. Like I loved him at United, and I still love him now as a player. But for where we need to be going and what we need right now, he is not the answer. Yeah,
absolutely. And this here, reporting that they're looking at including Donny van de Beek on loan into the deal if they can. You know what? Donny van de Beek would do very well at Real Madrid if that was the point. But it's like, if Donny van de Beek is a good enough footballer that Real Madrid are interested in taking him on loan, why are we not playing him?
And another point to that Rants. Why, like, we're talking about him going on loan to Real Madrid, but yet we're keeping people like Scott McTominay, who, in my opinion, should be nowhere near Man United.
Bro, I said this the other day. Like, people got loads and loads and loads, yeah, of energy for Fred, yeah, who's doing bits in the Copa, by the way, yeah.
I know, no, hey, I ain't gonna be an hypocrite, yeah. I thought it was shit, but I might have to owe him a bit of an apology, to be honest.
No, but bro, listen, I respect that, innit? But my thing is with Fred, yeah, it's like, it's clearly the system. Like, I always saw it was the system because I saw what he did at Shakhtar, and it's not just what he did at Shakhtar. I saw what he does for us in the big games in the Champions League, bro. Like PSG, he was our man of the match. Do you know what I mean? Barcelona, he was our man of the match. In the big games that we've played in Europe, Fred's always been amazing for us.
When he's been in the double pivot with Pogba, like when Pogba and Fred have played together, it has worked. It has worked.
But even
when Pogba's with McTominay, it's a sinking ship.
No, you're right. But the thing is, he needs to play in a 3-man midfield, innit? We shouldn't be playing double pivots. Like, Manchester United should not be playing 2 holding players at all. That's not the philosophy of the football club. That's not the DNA of the football club. United should be playing a straight up 4-3-3. Then you get the best out of Fred with someone sitting. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, United don't have anyone to sit.
Ollie ain't going to do that. He's not.
But United don't have anyone to sit.
I don't see Ollie, no matter who you give him. I don't see him deviating from this 4-2-3-1. Like it's like he's nailed his mask to it. I don't see it. No matter who you bring in. When he tried it against fucking, when you went back to the 4-3-3 against Spurs and we got battered 6-1 for the rest of the season, we did not change from a 4-2-3-1. Yeah. That tells me that like this guy literally retreated into his shell and he did not come back out of it for the full season.
Yeah, you're right.
Does me head in, man. Like, you know, just as a football fan, Rants, not even a Man United fan, but as a football fan, we don't even have what to look forward to next season.
But that's why I think everyone's getting upset. But I think that's why everyone's getting excited for the signings, Johnny, because the thing is, yeah, like, if not for the signings, I don't think there's much to look forward to. As much as I love Jadon Sancho, yeah, he's not enough to turn Manchester United's fortunes on his own. He's not good enough to do that. Like, I don't think any player in the world is. And when I say he's not good enough, that is not that's not disrespecting him. I don't think there's a player on planet Earth that can make up for Ollie's incompetence as a manager. Not a single player, not even Lionel Messi, bro.
True, so true.
Now, I don't think there's a single player. So that's not even no slight on Jadon here, who is one of my favorite players. There's not a player on planet Earth that can make a manager, yeah, that relegated a team that I think were 11th when he took over, yeah. Like, that honestly, the guy is useless.
He's shit,
he's so bad, bro. Like, and to lose to Villarreal as well with Premier League rejects in it. I think they had Foyth on the pitch. They had
we got two shots on target, you know, two on target,
bro. Who's the other guy that played for Watford and Tottenham? The French guy.
Is it? I don't know. I
can't remember his name. They had some Premier League rejects in there, bro.
Capu.
Yeah, Capoue,
yeah.
Capoue, bro. Like, bruv, we lost to a Turkish team that had Nasser Chadli in it, bro.
Oh, you know, a Turkish team. You know they got relegated.
Yeah, bruv. Listen, look. Listen.
It's one there wherever you look. It's just it's so fucking shocking. It's shocking.
Bruv, we lost, yeah. Bro, we lost to, bruv. We were embarrassed so many times. Do you know what I mean? And it still wasn't enough, yeah? So, bruv, he showed his ass in those games, innit?
I said to all the sexuals, mate, I said to me, like, where do you draw the line in the sand? When is enough failure enough for you to see? You've got the smoking gun, you've got the DNA evidence, you've got the fucking body, you've got the getaway vehicle, you've got the fucking CCTV, all this fucking evidence, and you still don't think he's the murderer for the metaphor.
yeah.
What more evidence do you need? You've got the eyewitness. Fucking hell, man. He's banged to rice.
Yeah. That's it. 100%. Big up everyone that's been sending the super chats in. A lot of them have just been chats of support and stuff like that.
So obviously they want in the comment section. Appreciate your support. Thank you.
Yeah, so they won't
on my own Rants. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. I'm seeing all your comments and I really appreciate
100. It. And even though they haven't been questions, thanks for them anyway. Don't think, obviously I'll put them up on the screen, but because I haven't read them out, don't think that I'm not acknowledging them. It's just they're not questions in it, so I'll put them on the screen so everyone can see them. But this one is a question. It says, would you guys rather take Ten Hag or Nagelsmann? Obviously, Statman's in the chat. Big up Statman Baines. He's going to say Nagelsmann, but for me, Ten Hag in it, just because Ten Hag's philosophy is similar to the football that I like personally. Do you know what I'm saying? But what about you, bro?
I've been a fan of both managers, to be honest, for a while, both of them. But I like I think Ten Hag's just done a bit more. I like what he's done at Ajax. I like the football they play. I think he'd be perfect for Donny van der Beek. Obviously, he came from Ajax. I think any German managers seem to do well, don't they? And I'd be happy with either of them. But there's a question. I don't know when it was in the comment section, but somebody asked a question. Sorry if I forgot your name. What do you feel about taking Mancini? And I've got to be honest, right? I won't be against taking Mancini.
I wouldn't either. But you know what? There'll be a lot of there'll be a lot of staunch United fans that are like, oh, he's managed City, but they don't care that Dennis Law played for City.
You know what? Right?
So
right, let me explain something to people that have a problem with this like sort of loyalty and you know where you've come from. At the end of the day, right? I want Man United eating back at the top table, shopping in Harrods again, yeah, fucking dining with the best people in the fucking in Europe, which is winning the league and winning the Champions League, getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League, year in year out. Now, I don't care where you've been before. I really don't. Like the days of loyalty are long gone. Players aren't even loyal. Players aren't even that loyalist anymore. Like, just forget about it. If somebody can come into Man United, right, get a grip of these players by the fucking neck, get them playing attacking football, right, command a bit of fucking respect in the fucking press conferences, right, sort of show some engagement with fans, right, have a connection with fans, and get Man United back to the top. I don't give a shit where you come back from, because nobody will give a fuck, right. When we're fucking celebrating for winning Champions League and we're celebrating winning the title, nobody will give a shit
where man's come from. 100%, bro. Like, bro, listen, Peter Schmeichel went and played for Man City, and them man still call him a legend. So it's like, bro, like what you got to understand in football is like, it's a job, innit? People move somewhere. If the best man for the job just so happens to have been somewhere else, that's not good. That's not a good enough reason.
Like you're telling me, people, if Pep come available tomorrow, well, people are saying no to Pep.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's people just say these things, yeah, on emotion and not logic. Like even me, like when people were saying, "Oh, would you take Luis Suarez?" I said, "Bro, he played for Liverpool, and man's racist, and I'll still take him, bro, because it's football." And I'll still take him because it's football, bro. He's one of the best strikers in the world. This was like 3 seasons ago. If a man offers me Suarez, I'll be like, bro, I'm not taking him into the team to be my brethren, you know. Like I'm trying to win trophies.
Exactly.
Like, United have had players that don't even talk to each other playing the same team. So why can't I have Suarez in there? I'll take him. Do you know what I mean? I don't care that he played for Liverpool. I think people are too emotional, bro.
This thing about, right, I want to talk about Rashford for a second, right? Because people think I hate Rashford, right?
Me too. Don't worry, bruv. Like, would you take sorry before I take this off the off the street?
No, I'm not feeling Sarah personally.
I don't mind him still, but yeah, go on.
This thing about Rashford, I want to address Rashford and Bruno at the same time, okay? Because people have this real wrong image about me on Twitter that I hate both players, which could not be further from the truth, right? Because an all firing Rashford and an all firing Bruno makes Man United a better fucking team, right? Let's just that's the baseline. But the difference between Twitter and me, and I'm part of Twitter, right, is I will not fucking chat shit. I will call a spade, right? Rashford this last season has not impressed me in terms of his performances, right? Now people go on about his injuries, and that's a mitigating circumstance, fair enough, right? But the fact is, right, he's gone off to Euros. We don't hear about no injuries when he's scoring goals. We only hear about the injuries.
He's not even playing in the Euros, bro. So why is he there to take photos?
Right. I rate Rashford, but again, like a lot of people on Twitter, I don't overrate the guy. People are putting Rashford ahead of Martial. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. As a football, like people, right, are getting so lost in this GA and stats, right? Then they're not watching the game. You can't watch if they're both on form. You can't tell me that Rashford's a better player than Martial. Like he's not. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not. He can't even lace one of his boots in terms of ability. It's not happening. Now that doesn't mean Rashford doesn't have a place at Man United and cannot be effective to the team. Rashford, in my opinion, right, would be far more effective and beneficial to himself, right, and the team if he came on as an impact sub for 60, 65 minutes, right, when the defenders are tired. But the problem with Rashford is this PR shit that's going on. Like, it's nauseating how much PR is coming out from Rashford, right? He's getting lit.
It's not just him, though. It's the whole club where the PR thing is. Obviously, they paid the Sun guy, innit? They brought him in, innit? That Neil Ashton guy. Since they brought in Neil Ashton, I think that's his name. Like, you've noticed, how much United players are doing more press and all these other things, bro. Like, it's nauseating.
Bruno's doing it. Like, Bruno's doing a lot.
It's nauseating. Bruno, Shaw. Like, even they're trying to get Pogba to do more. Like, Pogba's someone who doesn't speak to the press. All of a sudden, they're trying to get Pogba to do things like that. Bro, it's nauseating. Like, it genuinely makes me feel sick because it's like, bruv, just play football, innit? Like, I don't really care about all the stuff you men are coming out with and telling us how great life is at the football club. If life's great at the football club when you're winning things. You know them ones that I don't care how happy you are in training. Like, I don't care.
No one cares. We're not going to say shit, but that's not what's happening. And people need to, because he's an academy lad and he's come from Manchester, he's born and bred, right? He gets his cloak of protection and favouritism. Don't tell me he fucking doesn't, because he fucking does, right? But people like me and Rants and fucking Aaron and other people, right, come out and just speak facts, and people don't like it because he's a man lad. I don't give a shit where you come from fucking Argentina or you're fucking down the street from Old Trafford. I care about what you're doing on the pitch. And back to Bruno, again, another player that I rate, but I don't overrate. I don't overrate him. People say he's better than Pogba. Nonsense. It's nonsense, right? His stats, again, is another player that masks his performances. He is, in my opinion, he's a very good player. Rants doesn't rate him. That's fine. We have different opinions. It's all about opinions, right? I do.
Which player is this? Player.
Bruno. You don't rate him. That's fine. Nah, I think he's a good player. I think there's a better player in there that's personally being misused and misdirected, and he's been given too much freedom, and that's why his play comes across chaotic. But it doesn't mean he can't be more effective in the team under a better manager. Please listen to what I'm saying. I rate Bruno. I don't hate the man. Of course, I do not hate any player in the fucking world. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have that kind of hate in my heart for no one, right? But I don't overrate him. I believe that I look at him on a lower level than some of you. I'm not saying you people in the comment section, but there's people that put him on this pedestal that he should not be on. He shouldn't be on. And as good as his individual accolades are, we've won nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything.
Yeah, but this is the thing, bro. Like, here's my thing, though. Like, what gets my back up is, like, man are saying that he's the best foreign signing we've ever made or something, yeah. Ooh. Even and Bruno, them man were talking about best foreign signing.
What about Van Persie?
I don't know, innit? Van Persie doesn't exist, bro. Like, bruv, the man were comparing him to Eric Cantona. Bruv, listen, Eric Cantona won us 4 out of 5 Premier League titles, yeah? And they're comparing him to Eric Cantona when we hadn't won anything. And people wonder why I ain't got no time for him.
But it winds you up because they put a ton of praise on, imagine scales, yeah? You're putting so much praise on him, the scales are going like that. So people like me and Rants and like I'd like to say real fans that say how it is, we feel like it's like our duty and like we have to, like our cause, to balance the scales back out. Yeah. So we speak the truth to you guys, like to put him in the same conversation as fucking Eric Cantona. No, man, this is silly talk. Silly talk. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Now I'm not saying,
but there's so much inconsistency, with the praise that these guys get, and that's why, bro. Before it used to wind me up, innit? But now it doesn't wind me up no more, Johnny, bro. Like, it doesn't, because you see, the one thing about me is, whether you like my opinions or not, I'm consistent in my opinions, bro.
And same with me, mate.
Because with the Bruno thing, from the very, very beginning, everyone knows I wasn't having him. Like, everyone knows. I didn't wait, till it was trendy to kind of make fun of him and whatever. Bro, from when everyone was buzzing about Bruno, I was like, this guy's sucks, bro. Like, genuinely, like, me and Ricky were getting abuse because, like, everyone loved him, and people even started abusing me, thinking, yo, you don't rate him because you think Pogba's better, and they tried to bring Pogba into it. It's got nothing to do with Pogba.
They still do. Literally.
It's got nothing to do with Pogba. They'll be like, oh, he's better than Pogba. No, he's not. But anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, it's got nothing to do with Pogba, bro. Like, at the end of the day, for me, he's not even better than Donny van der Beek, who we're possibly going to send out on loan. Like, for me, it's not about that. But I made my views on him very, very clear from very, very early, innit? I haven't changed them. A lot of these people,
judgment, right, is numbers. Now, I believe his numbers are world class. I can't take that away from him. His numbers have been world class. But if you watch his overall game, like, he is inconsistent. Right now, people blame Pogba. People bash Pogba for being inconsistent. They do. Like, for 5 years, he's had it for being inconsistent, right? But I say to people, right, name me one player since Alex Ferguson's retired. Name me one player since Alex Ferguson's retired that's been consistent for Man United. I can't think of any.
None.
So it's not just Pogba. It's not just Bruno. It's not just Luke Shaw. It's not just David De Gea. It's the whole fucking club.
Everyone's
consistent because it's fucking ran shit.
Yeah, bruv, there's been no stability. And that's why when people say Pogba's inconsistent, I'll be like, cool. Who is consistent in this team? Do you know what I'm saying? Even though Pogba actually isn't inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? He's not inconsistent at all. But the thing is with Pogba, people expect him to do world-class things, yeah, every time he gets the ball. Like, that's just what it is, where he's not judged to the same standards as everyone else. Like, even with Martial, yeah, I look at the Martial situation. Martial went from top scorer for us, yeah, then all of a sudden he has a season where he's not at his best, and all of a sudden he's just shit out of nowhere. Like, literally, you can go from amazing to almost carrying the team on his back post-lockdown, yeah?
I'll tell you what, we do have, bro, Rants. We do have some players that are consistently shit. Case of fucking McTominay. Consistently shit.
Bro, but listen, McTominay is another one who I've always said is rubbish, yeah? And they are so quick to be like, yeah, Fred's the problem with our midfield. Drop Fred. When, bruv, even when McTominay's playing worse than Fred, everyone gets onto Fred. And now we're seeing Fred into a cup final with his country where he's been one of the best players in the tournament. McTominay gets played at centre-back for Scotland because he's not even good enough to play in the midfield. If you can't get into the Scottish midfield,
it was fucking shit.
Bruv, if you can't get into the Scottish midfield, you shouldn't be a player at Manchester United Football Club. Not even on a bench. Because if you're not good enough to start in midfield for Scotland, with all due respect to anyone that's Scottish that's watching this, you shouldn't be playing at this football club. Because he plays at Man United Football Club. He should be captain of that team.
What's evident under Ole, Rants, is he likes players with passion. Like, all we want to hear, Rants, what do we hear all the time? He wants to learn, he wants to work hard, he'll run it, he'll give his best to leave it all out. Like, when do we ever hear Ole talk about the technical side of the game or the tactical side of the game? Like, when do we ever hear it?
You don't. You don't, bro. And that's what I mean. So for me, it's like a lot of these football fans, yeah, they're not consistent, yeah, with one, how they judge players, and they're not consistent with their opinions. And this is why you can't have conversations with these people, bro. And that's why I say to you, don't get wound up on Twitter and be going back and forth with these men, bro, because they're just trying to draw you out, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to draw you out.
As you probably noticed, Rance, I'm naturally quite argumentative.
I know, but bruv, honestly, yeah, like, you'll burst the blood vessel, innit? Like, arguing with these people because they're not very clever, innit? And it's just one of them things where how can you say that Fred is shit and he's not good enough for Man United, but
he's balling at Brazil.
But he's balling at Brazil, and McTominay is playing centre-back for Scotland, but you're not criticising him. When clearly McTominay, on paper, isn't better than Fred because his stats aren't better. When you watch him, he's not better. He can't even start for Scotland, but Fred's starting for Brazil. Like, how can you not see that clearly out of the two, that McTominay is the issue?
But do you know what I'm saying? Because he's had an endorsement from Sir Alex Ferguson and he's had an endorsement from Jose Mourinho, there's no way, like, regardless of what we feel about him and the people in the comment section, right? He is part of the fixtures and fittings, whether we like it or not, and he's not going nowhere because the fact he's had an endorsement from Sir Alex and Jose. And I think recently, was it fucking Paul Scholes, was it, that said it in fucking chatting shit again? He said he's fucking, we don't need Declan Rice because we've got McTominay. And I'm not the biggest fan of Declan Rice, but he's a fucking improvement on McTominay. But because
massive improvement.
Because he's come out and said that, he's not going fucking nowhere. He's not. And do you know what will end up happening? Fred will be the scapegoat. And I personally...
But Fred's always the scapegoat, bro.
I personally, I ain't going to be an hypocrite. I think Fred should be a squad player. I don't think he's good enough at first team. I ain't going to come over here and say that. But
I don't even agree with that either. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Fred looks like a squad player, yeah, is because of the system, bro. Because he looks like a first teamer, yeah. If we hadn't signed Fred already, yeah, and you saw him playing for Brazil right now, you would be like, yo, this guy can play for Man United. The reason why you think that he can't be a first teamer now is because of what you've already seen at Man United. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So that's what it is. Like, because of what you've already seen, it's tarnished what he really is, isn't it? What people see at Man United is not what Fred is. It's just like what people see at Man United. That's not what Pogba is. You see glimpses of what Pogba is.
Even people are bigging up fucking Dan James for Wales.
Bruv, Dan James is, bruv, he's a scrub. Like, he's so bad, innit? He's so bad, bro.
Do you know what it is though? It's not his fault, Rants. I will defend him. Like it's Ollie that keeps picking him.
He can only do what he does, innit? And that's running straight lines. And I hear that.
Should be, you know, me should not be at Man United.
He shouldn't, bro, but he'll continue to be. Do you know what I mean? Super chat. You reckon Bruno and Giannis in the NBA are the same? Yeah, 100%. And bro, I hate Giannis, bro. Like he's so bad, innit? Like I watched him, like airballing free throws. Like I watched the game yesterday, and every time he was up for the free throws, like it was 1 from 2. Like, bruv, the guy's useless, bro. Like he's just a big battering ram, innit? Like inside the paint, he picks up so many points. And
but you know what I think?
He's just a massive athlete, and he's got no finesse. He's got no technical. He's got nothing about him. If he wasn't a massive specimen, like he couldn't play in that league, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, bro. Like it's weird, isn't it? And that's what Bruno's like. Bruno's just like Bruno's a numbers guy.
If I could say to Ollie, if there's one thing I could say to Ollie, say, listen, Ollie, please make these 2 changes. Give Pogba the freedom that you're giving Bruno, right? Give him the freedom that you're giving Bruno, and give Bruno a more disciplined role. You will help the team out massively. And I'm telling you now, that would change a lot. In the team. He's giving the wrong player the freedom. I have got no problem with stats per se, right? It's the way that people are using them, and we're in an era now, right, where it's their first go-to, and they forget people aren't watching the game. They just think, oh, because a player's got 30 GA, that means he's a fucking world-class player. No, you're so wrong. You have to watch the player, right? Because stats, right, only tell you half a story. There's another half a story that you don't know about that stats don't show, and you have to watch a player. For example, at United, if you were to look at Lukaku's stats, you'd say he's a world-class striker. And I'm telling you now, he was not a world-class striker at United.
Yeah, but even for you saw it in this tournament, guys, as well. Like against Italy, everyone was battering him for the chance he missed. That was pretty much an open goal, and he was off balance and that. But Lukaku does that. Like if you don't watch him and you just see his numbers, you'll swear to God that he's one of the best footballers on the planet because his numbers are crazy.
That's another category that Rashford fits into.
Yeah,
because of his stats. Mm-hmm. But the footballer doesn't marry up with the stats. Like
it doesn't.
Like Rashford, and I'd say this across all the clubs, right? People, you need to be honest about what level players are on, and be honest about their ability, and be honest with yourselves, because I don't agree with anybody getting hit or abused or racially abused, or like Pogba gets it, Martial's got it, like Twanzebi's got it. I don't agree with any of it, but I don't want to say I understand it, because I understand, like, I can see why people get this friction, because people are overrating players, and people no, people don't like it. People like to see the value in a player for what they are, right? And stop putting this label world class. This is getting thrown about too fucking easily. A couple of good performances and people calling people world class. No, chill the fuck out. Let players earn the right to be called world class. Let them earn it. Like, don't give it out too easily. Like when you love a girl, don't say I love you after fucking 3 months. No, make her earn that love. Like, you have to let people earn these titles and these labels that you're giving them.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, bro. And yo, big up everyone in the chat as well about Giannis, bro. Giannis sucks, man. Honestly,
I don't follow basketball.
It's basketball. Trust me, guys. That's why I call him Janice, bro, with the washing up liquid gloves, bro. I'm telling you, bro. His handles are dead, bro. Like he's just a big
name.
Bro, exactly. I just call him Janice, bro. Like, bro, he's just a big dinosaur, bro. He just runs through everyone and dunks, bro. He's so flipping jarring to watch, yeah. Literally, like Chris Brown's better from the free throw line than Giannis, bro. Like, man ain't even a basketball player. You know, like that, bro. He's useless, bro.
Just out of curiosity, what team do you follow?
I don't follow a team anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? I just watch basketball because I love the sport, innit? So obviously, I want to
casual fan.
No, but the thing is with basketball, yeah, it's a weird one. It's because people get traded so often and people move around so much. Like, I usually go where players go, in it. Like, so I watch certain teams because I want to see certain players. But because there's so many superstars in the NBA, it's like I can't stick to one team because I'm not from that country, innit? Like, my family in the States are in Brooklyn, in South Florida. Do you know what I mean? And I've got some family in Philadelphia as well. So they're all down that side of the country, but I can't support one team, innit?
We've got to talk about one more player, Rants. One more player I need to talk about is Luke Shaw, right?
Yeah, now, go for it.
Again, people thinking I'm hating on Luke Shaw. Not the case at all. Not the case. People are saying he had a world-class season last season. Not the case neither. He had, I would say, half to 3/4 of a top level to world-class season. It was.
It wasn't 3/4. I'd say it was. I'd say it's probably 3/5 maybe. Like he didn't finish the season well, and he didn't start the season.
He didn't, and he didn't start the season well.
He had a nice little middle part.
I was literally, one of my mates on Twitter called R9. If you're in the comment section, R9, right? I was having this argument last night, and I said the same thing. Now, it's great what he did last season. I felt he did enough to get player of the season. I personally voted him player of the season. I thought he deserved it, but right. People are forgetting about all the shit seasons that we've had. Now, I take into circumstances that he's had a leg break, right? I understand that. So you got to give him some leeway for that. But still, like after that, the recovery period, right? He hasn't done enough to be even in that conversation. Now, let's go back to last season. He had a good. Let's be generous and say he had 3/4 of a season of world class because I thought he was brilliant. And now he's having a good Euros. He's playing brilliant. And I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not, right? Because I don't hate the guy. A world class Luke Shaw is better for Man United. And then today, that no matter what criticism or praise me or rants or any United fan comes down to, that's what we say. That's what it comes down to. We want Man United back at the top. So world class Luke Shaw, I'm happy days. That's brilliant. But people again, he's having a good Euros and credit to him. And I'm happy for the lad. I really genuinely am. But people he's having a good Euros, and now people call him world class. No, he's not. You have to do this consistently. It's got to be consistent. Consistency is the key word here, right? Now, if he has a world-class season next season, then let's have that conversation. It's a fairly long enough period of time. I'm happy to have that conversation. But right now, it's premature, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you know what it is, yeah? I just don't even like talking about him because it's boring now. You know that one? It's boring, but it's like, with England, yeah, when he was playing before, I always said, and I've been consistent with what I've said, yeah, when he was at Southampton, Luke Shaw used to be on free kicks, bro. He used to be on set pieces, like even in front of goal, bro. And for some reason, he just stopped taking set pieces, stopped crossing the ball at all, bro. Like his volume, even when you look at Trent and you look at Robertson, the reason why they get as many assists as they do is because their volume is very high. Yeah. They put in loads and loads and loads of crosses, yeah, and it's a numbers game, innit? At Manchester United, Luke Shaw was not crossing the ball. He kept passing backwards and passing sideways, playing the safe pass, not getting down the outside and not putting crosses. And I always said, this guy is not putting crosses in, yeah? He's just up there for the sake of it, bro. As soon as he starts putting crosses into the box, surprise, surprise, he starts getting assists, bro. Like, football's not rocket science. Football's not rocket science.
In terms of his ability, he's a baller, in my opinion. His attributes, he's got very good technical footballer. I just think,
bro, nobody's ever said, yeah, that the guy ain't a technically good footballer or whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the facts are, yeah, if he's been at Man United for 7 years, yeah, he hasn't had one good full season yet in 7. Do you know what I'm saying? From start to finish, he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? People say he got injured. Yes, he did get injured. But the thing is, yeah, again, yeah, with different kind of players, different excuses get made, bro. Like I said, like with the Dan James thing as well. Dan James's dad died and that, yeah. Dan James wasn't playing well. Everyone put it down. Everyone was making excuses saying it's because his dad died.
I can understand that.
But which is fair enough. But personal problems for footballers, everyone should get the same pass. When Jesse was going through what he was going through, nobody was saying, "Oh, it's because Jesse's going through things. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt." They was abusing him on Instagram. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Pogba's dad died as well. Do you know what I mean? In the same time, Pogba lost his dad. Yeah, Pogba lost his dad as well. He didn't get no sympathy. I'm like, bruv, we have to give everyone the same amount of sympathy. If we're gonna give certain man sympathy for injuries and stuff like that, then give everyone the time to play. Give everyone 6 or 7 years to get it right. Give everyone 6 or 7 years, bro, because Martial had about 7 bad months and managed to say any shit, get him out the club. But certain men have had bad 6 years. And then the 7th year,
Martial, right? And again, Martial's one of my favorite players in the club. Again, he's another player that's not he's not pulled up trees at Man United. Not last season before was his best season, but before that, he hasn't really pulled up trees. And I rate the kid highly, but his numbers.
I don't. But bruv, Martial's not a player that you judge on numbers, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's just like Karim Benzema and them kind of players, yeah. They're not players that you judge on numbers. Those are players that you judge on how important they are to the team because of what they do fundamentally. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's what it is.
Martial, the team goes under the radar and goes unnoticed. Like people call him, a lazy player. But you know what? I think any player has times when they're lazy. Like Pogba's lazy sometimes. Look short. Like they all have lazy moments. But I think
but I don't think lazy is the right word, bro. Like
he gets lazy constantly.
Bruv, I don't think any footballer is lazy, bro. Like they all run 10K minimum in a game, bro. Like all these men say that these footballers are lazy, but bruv, you man wouldn't last in a preseason with any of them. Do you know what I mean? Like I've done pro level preseasons. It's horrible, bro. Like that's the only time where like man, I'm seeing like fit players like throwing up and shit, bro. Like these men are not lazy, bro. Like lazy is not the word. These men are top level athletes, bro.
I have more of a just like why I kind of jump to like because people always compare Rashford and Martial, yeah. And the reason why I kind of jumped to Martial's defense more over Rashford, it's not from a place of hate, like I said that before. It's like if Martial doesn't score, he still brings something to the table and he contributes, yeah. If Rashford doesn't score, he is obsolete most of the time.
Of course.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. And that's what I say about these players. That's why I judge players on what they give the team as a whole. Martial as a whole, when you look at Manchester United's win percentage with or without him, it shows you, that he's super important even if he doesn't score goals. The same can't be said for other players. And that's why I say you have to judge players depending on what their playing style is and depending on what they do for the team. It's just like Olivier Giroud, for France. He never had a shot on target in the whole competition, but they won the World Cup. And people were saying, oh, yeah, like he never had a shot. But, bruv, that wasn't his job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what...
You're a forward player these days. If you don't score or if you don't assist, right, people just don't put respect on your name. It's as simple as that.
But there you go. So, at the end of the day, bro, you can't judge all the players based on their stats.
That's why Bruno gets all this too much respect is because of his numbers. But again, Bruno, if you watch him play his game, if you take his stats away and just watch the football and do his craft, he's a good player. He's not a special player in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, but this is the thing. So I think that everyone needs to get judged accordingly. The problem with our fan base is they don't judge people the right way, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Them man are overrating the wrong players, underrating the wrong players, and generally, they're not consistent in their analysis for players. And that's why it looks like people are arguing and comparing players and doing all these other things. Like when Man United were winning, no one was arguing who was better out of Cole and York, or who was better out of Sheringham and Solskjaer. Bro, we were just winning, bro. Like no one cared. The reason why we're arguing is because the manager's not getting it right. So because the manager's not getting it right,
we're looking for the flaws in players.
Yeah, we're looking for the flaws in players because the manager's got it wrong. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when the manager had it right before, we weren't talking about the players because the actual whole thing was right. Do you know what I'm saying? That the real problem isn't really the players, because a good manager with these players still wins things. Do you know what I mean? A good manager still wins things. Sir Alex Ferguson had Danny Welbeck looking like a world beater, bro. Like Danny Welbeck against Real Madrid. Anyone that watched it, like we thought Danny Welbeck was gonna be the next fucking Harry Kane, bro, after that game. Do you know what I mean? Like this is what happens, bro. Like honestly, when a good manager gets hold of players, he makes them look better than they are, bro. That's what they're meant to do.
People, right? We haven't got a great team, but we do have a good team. We've got a good team, and you cannot tell me, right? Right, guys, just 1 second, Rants. For anybody that's asking, my Twitter is at JonnyFX1, JONNY FX1. Thank you for
guys. Put it in the chat, mods, if you can.
At Johnny FX1. Appreciate the follow and the support, guys, and the love. Thank you very much. Back to what I was saying. The squad as it is now, and as it has been for the last 12 months, right? Fuck it, not even that since Ollie's took over, the 2.5 years. Because he started off with Herrera and Matic in the midfield, and that was the best midfield we've had, right? And then it's evolved. But you can't tell me the squad that we've got is not good enough to pick up at least a League Cup and an FA Cup along the way. You can't. That's totally bullshit. It's good enough to get to win something. It was good enough to get out of that Champions League group campaign. It was good enough to beat Villarreal. They are good players, and we've got a good squad. Now, it's not fantastic. There's just some holes that need plugging. I take that on board, but it's good enough to get us more than what we've got. And right now, we've got fuck all. We've got fuck all. And I'm not accepting. I won't accept it, and I fucking never will, because I did. I was lucky enough. I'm 38 years old. I was lucky enough to come up under Sir Alex Ferguson, and he instilled it into my brain. You don't accept fucking bullshit. You don't accept mediocrity, and you fucking go for the title, and you want we demand the best.
Yeah,
and I keep that same energy. I kept it for Moyes, for Louis van Gaal, for Mourinho, and for Ole. And the next
Mourinho come out the other day saying, "Yo, second was failure when I was there." He's like, "I ain't got enough friends in the media." That's what he said, and he's not wrong.
Now it's acceptable. Now it's acceptable. And the same, and when Ole does go, because he will get sacked, believe me, he will get sacked. Click this up if you want. He will get sacked at some point because he's not good enough. Simple as that, right? When the next manager comes in, whoever that may be, guess what? Whether it's Pochettino or fucking Zidane or whoever it is, Nagelsmann, I will have the exact same energy for that manager. I will demand the same fucking standards. It's not about Ole. The club's bigger than fucking Ole or any player or any manager. It's not about Ole. The club comes before any manager. And people need to understand this. The club comes first. I want my club back at the fucking top. And if you as a manager, given a certain amount of money and a certain amount of time, can't hit milestones along the way, then get the fuck out of the club. Simple as that.
Bruv, I couldn't disagree, man. And big up all the basketball fans here. I know it's obviously finals time, so you, man, are gassed off the finals and we're getting bare things. The man will just put this to bed. Would you rather take Pogba or Neymar to start your team? To start my team, Pogba, 100%. To start my team, because like Pogba plays in midfield, innit? Like, and your midfield is what wins and loses you games most of the time. So I'll always build my spine first, innit? Like Neymar's a player.
Italy and Spain last night lost the midfield battle.
Yeah, that's it. Neymar's a luxury player, innit? In like as a manager, when you're building the team, you always build a strong spine first. So a good goalkeeper, good central defense, good midfield, innit? So I'd always pick Pogba, but I think Neymar is the best player in the world. And JT's cold as well, man. Big up all your basketball fans. And the Giannis thing, guys, understand it's just banter, innit? At the end of the day, I understand, yeah, that in different positions. It's Giannis, bro. But like, listen, I know that there's different requirements in different positions in basketball. You don't have to be the most technically proficient to play where he played or where Shaq played or whatever. Like, I know that. You just got to be great athletes, innit? Like, just big bullies and that. That's what he is. He's a battering ram. He's one of the best in the world at his position, but I can't stand watching him. It's horrible, innit? Like, my favorite basketball players were Magic Johnson and Allen Iverson, bro. I ain't got no time to be watching these big flipping... It's like watching heavyweight boxing and just two fat guys punching each other. I'm not trying to see that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones, innit? He's just a big brute, innit? But nah, he's an elite player, innit? I just don't like watching him.
Hey,
so I just wind up his fans. But now I respect him though still.
What's your thoughts on Sancho coming in? What are your expectations?
My expectations aren't very high because, as I said, he doesn't, like you said as well, he don't make Oli a better manager, innit? Yeah. So Sancho coming in is only excites me if we still are not playing a McFred double pivot, because if we are, then he's not going to get a lot of the ball. Also, he's got Wan-Bissaka overlapping him. So again, that doesn't fill me with excitement, because Wan-Bissaka is not a good attacking fullback. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's loads of different things. Sancho as a player is a player that I love very much, but I think that there's still more holes in this Manchester United team that need to be filled before we can see the best of him. And I think a lot of pressure and expectation is going to be put on Sancho that he can't currently fulfill.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I think
all the bling, which, like, don't get me wrong, like I can already hear Graham Souness fucking sharpening his fucking knives now when he drops a stinker, because he will drop a stinker. It's human nature. But I say, like, Sancho, right? If you talk about, if you look at, like I use the analogy of a workman, Sancho is just another tool that you're giving the workman to do his job, and a tool is only as good as the workman using it. Yeah,
that's a great analogy, you know.
Right. So you can go get me to paint someone's house as a decorator. I'm not a decorator. Give me the paint. Give me the fucking brush. I'll go do it. Guarantee it ain't gonna look as good as the fucking as a professional decorator going to do it. Why? Because I'm not a fucking decorator by trade. Same thing with Sancho. Sancho is only as good as the workman using him. But Sancho is a tool. Pogba's a tool. But these are all tools, right? And all is the workman. So the tool is only as good as the person using it.
Absolutely. No, you're spot on, and that's it. That it's another great tool, but the workman's still incompetent. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can give my man a fancy paintbrush and all that shit. If you're not a good fucking painter, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it with footballers and that. You guys will see on a Sunday morning, there'll be the kid with the rich family and that, all the gear, no idea, mate. He's got the new boots, the top spec football boots, the tape around his shin pads, his socks up over his knees, and he's fucking shit. You know what you see it all the time. Yeah. And I'm saying, and the guy's got red boots. This is why I've been saying. He's got orange boots and that, brother, and he's whack, bro. All the gear, no idea. And that's Ollie, innit? Like, he's got all the gear, no idea, bruv. It doesn't matter who you give him. Like, if the Galacticos could have won a Champions League, then Ollie ain't winning the Prem, bro. Like, it don't matter who you give him.
He's not a good manager. He's just not a good manager. The players, the players aren't going to make, like, his tactical decision making, his tactical flexibility, his decisions at the key moments, what subs to bring on, what to do, like formations. Like, players don't change. Well, players do change that in the sense like Ollie's in charge of it, but. No matter who you give him, all Jadon is right is another piece to the puzzle that Ollie's got to fucking solve. The puzzle just got bigger, but he's still got to solve it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter when people say, "Oh, no, he just needs his players." No, he's not getting the best out of the players he's fucking got. So giving him more fucking problems or more players doesn't make it better. Yeah. It's just the fucking puzzle's bigger to solve.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true, but one thing that giving Ollie all the players does do is it makes it even more obvious that he's not good enough. So I think it's a positive thing, if he does get all these superstars thrown at him, because then there's nothing else to blame.
True.
You can't blame the players now.
There's nowhere to hide.
Now you can kind of blame the players because there's still certain players that have question marks on them. Even though under better managers they would look better, there's still players with question marks on them. Them question marks disappear when better players come in, because loads of people are saying
he's been playing a game of hide and seek and he's been fucking hiding behind fucking bullshit excuses. Well, the game's fucking over, pal.
Exactly, and big up Anas for this. 100% man of the match for Martial. Didn't get a goal or an assist, but he won the penalty against Man City. Remember, and that's the thing. Like, he gets man of the matches without scoring, bro. So that's a player that you don't judge on stats. So you have to look at every single player as an individual. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't necessarily judge. I wouldn't judge certain positions on just stats, innit? Like, I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I really wouldn't. It just depends on where they play and how they play.
You can't really CDM. You can't really judge a CDM on stats. Not really.
But that's what I mean. You can't, bro, because them players, they're playing well when you don't see them. Do you know what I mean? So
different players or positions require different metrics to use it to measure against.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So, big up for the super chat, Billy. It's coming soon, bro. Do you know what I mean? And how highly do I rate Gerrard? I rate Gerrard highly. Do you know what I mean? In terms of Premier League midfielders, I rate him highly. Yeah, it's just one of them ones. Like, he was a top player, innit? He wasn't one of my favorites, but I can't overlook.
How did it take away from him? It was.
I can't overlook how impactful he was.
The influence he had on that Liverpool team,
exactly,
was second to none.
That's it. So no, I think he was a brilliant player for Liverpool. I preferred Alonso, but you get me. Alonso's more my kind of midfielder, but Steven Gerrard is probably he's as good as it gets, innit?
Yeah,
he's as good as it gets, bro. Like,
top you know player. What? I can say this with sort of. I've got no problem saying this. Even as a rival fan, it is a bit of a tragic for a player of that caliber and that quality to not win the Premier League. Now we can banter him, as rivals can banter him, but as a football fan, it is tragic they didn't win the Premier League. Players like that, players of that caliber, your Paul Pogba's, your Gerrard's, fucking Scholes, Carragher's, like people of that ilk, they do deserve to win titles. They should be winning titles. And with respect, as a Man United fan, I can say that he should have won it, and it is. It isn't like like I said, we can banter him, we could take the Pinot Con, Slippy G, and do all that shit. But when really, it is a tragic that he didn't win the league, and he should have won the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? So,
I don't know, guys.
No, but this whole United thing is mad, isn't it? I think generally, the PR side of the thing means that loads of fans are talking rubbish. It's the same with the England situation. I think a lot of England fans and a lot of England pundits are overrating the England performances and overrating the England players. So it's one of them. Sorry?
She'll finish off on this because I've got work.
Yeah. We'll finish off on that. Like,
on this, yeah.
We'll finish off on that. I just think that the English media in general, is just like, bruv. It's nonsense.
I heard apparently Rio Ferdinand were fucking gassing up England last night. I know.
He said England shouldn't be worried about Italy or Spain. They're better than both of them. And I was like, what?
That's ridiculous. Why would you say that? Did they not learn? They don't learn. Just keep your mouth shut, man. Don't jinx it. I'm going to be honest. I'm cautiously optimistic about tonight. I'm not confident because Danish have no fucking mugs.
Bruv, the last 2 times played Denmark haven't beat them. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where I think England will get past Denmark tonight. I don't know how. Could be on pens or something. But one thing I am not is confident. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen England play well enough this tournament for me to say I'm 100%.
Have you been I haven't seen one performance yet that has convinced me. I'm not.
The Ukraine game was the most convincing game, and honestly, the Ukraine was shit, innit?
But it's Ukraine though. And if there happens to be any Ukrainians in the comment section, I don't mean that disrespectfully. I don't mean that, but
of course not.
You know what I mean?
Of course not. They know, innit? Like if you're from that country, you know that your football team, isn't that, innit? Like you know that.
Exactly.
It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? That they'll be the first to admit. So I don't think they'll take offense to it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'll take offense to it. But the bottom line is, like,
I've complained
about a very good team.
Every time the lineups come out, I've complained about it. But you know what? I'm not going to, regardless of what lineup is tonight, I ain't going to complain because he has been getting it. He's been getting the results, is what I'll say. Okay.
Yeah, apparently they're bringing Saka back in for Jaden, which isn't a bad shout.
Listen, Saka, right? I'm telling you, Saka. If there happens to be any Arsenal fans in the comment section, Saka, you've got a proper baller on your hands there, right? He's a good kid, and he's got a big future ahead of him. And what he has done in an England shirt, he's done himself very proud, and he's done himself justice. And if he hadn't have got any more minutes, he could have walked away from this tournament with his head held high. Proper quality little kid, great baller. And I'd be honest, I'd have Saka at Man United tomorrow. I would. And if he does start tonight, like rumours suggest, I hope he has a great game. I really do. I hope he has a great game. Top kid and a great footballer with a bright future. So
yeah, so no, it'd be interesting. But I do think that these guys need to stop overhyping the players and overhyping the level of their performance. Because if I'm being honest, Spain and Italy have set the bar for the football. Like yesterday, when you watch that game, the high level of competence, technical ability from the Spaniards.
What a good game, Rants, fit neutral, just to watch.
The high level, of defensive patience, from the Italians. Even though the Italians didn't have the ball, they never really looked in trouble. Never. Like, they were happy to let Spain have the ball. And I think Spain only had one more shot on target than them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they let them have 70% of the ball.
By Spain. I respected Italy to catch. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but practically walk it based on how they've been in competition so far. Yeah. So when Spain came out like that, I was like, wow, okay, this is what you're doing. Listen, it made it for a really good game. And like I'm gonna say this now, do not be surprised if tonight is like a bit of a snooze fest, like it usually is under Sir Gareth Southgate.
I don't expect it to be. I don't expect it to be a good game at all. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I watch England, I never expect it to be good football. England started popping it when they were 4-0 up. Do you know what I'm saying? But before that, the game was dry. The game was dry, innit? So, like, I'm not expecting a good game, and we don't care.
The game reflects the manager. He's a fucking dry cunt. Let's be honest.
He is. But at this part of the tournament, it's all about getting the results. So I'm not going to criticize England for the performance. But one thing I'd say,
as long as they get the result, just get the result. Now I'm not bothered. Now I'm not going to complain about style. I'll tell you now. When the lineup comes out, right, I ain't going to complain about the lineup because he has been getting the results. So I have to put a little bit of trust in him to think, he's going to get it right again. Now, if he don't get it right, that's a different conversation that we'll leave till later on. But fingers crossed. I want to be positive about it. I want to be optimistic, and I'm going to get behind the team. But
100%. And guys, look out for the preview. Obviously, the preview for the football is at 7:30 with Statman Baines. And obviously, to wrap up Red Talk, Phil Foden, bruv. Remember I told you, man. You shouldn't start for England. Everyone was getting on to me.
Yes, I remember.
You've got to start Foden. You got to start him. He's our best player. He ain't done shit, bruv. You know why?
He hasn't.
You know why? The pep factor. That's why, bruv. You know, like that. He ain't done jack.
At City, he has got a system that they're working. He hasn't got that in England. He doesn't have that in England.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the technical ballers around him in England that he does at City. Different thing, like,
but bro,
it's also
I've been saying for a long time, that systems, and this is not saying that Phil Foden's not a good footballer. Systems make players look better than they are if they're played in the right system around the right players. And this is why a lot of players left Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, went to other teams, and they flopped. Because when you're playing with a certain style, a certain manager, certain players around you, it enhances all your talents, and it covers your flaws. And then when you play in a different system, all your flaws get exposed. Now, all the things that Foden's not good at are getting exposed in this England system or lack of system. And that's why he's not playing. So, like I said, bring him off the bench.
It's not really a black mark against him, but again...
No, because no one's remembering that he's playing shit. No one forgets that he started the first 2 games. Everyone's forgotten about it. But I haven't.
Shit, yo.
He flopped, mate. He flopped. That's what happened. If we want to be honest, because now they're talking about Saka coming in now. He flopped,
right? Let's be honest. If Luke Shaw did that, they'd have daggers out for Luke Shaw, wouldn't they? They would.
They would. But they got daggers out for Foden. So all I'm saying is, while we watch England tonight with Saka on the right-hand side, because Foden flopped, make sure you remember that Foden flopped. That's all I'm saying. We have to be consistent. We have to be consistent, yeah? We have to be consistent, bro. Like, if you're going to criticize certain man have to be consistent. And I'm just saying that Foden flopped, innit? So big up everyone inside.
Oh, yeah, everybody in the comment section. Rants, my first show on my own, man. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for tuning in, mate. I really appreciate that. And I am a loyal man, and I will stand by you no matter what.
It's cool, bro. Honestly, one thing I'd say is, bro, don't think you have to fight for me, bro. Like, just ignore these people. Like, honestly, we keep moving. You know, like that. We keep moving. Big up everyone inside.
Everyone in the comment section that's,
Hold on a minute. What, you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but I the thing is, because of my changing shift pattern at work, I don't have the time to put into it.
What is it anyway?
Then,
what's the channel so I can put it in the title?
Oh, Johnny's United Talk. But I haven't been active on it for a while because I've not had the time. But I appreciate that, by the way, though. Thank you. I've only got like 150 subscribers. It's a really new channel. But yeah. But hey, guys, anybody wants to
need to put that in I need to put that in the I need to get that in the title for people to sub, man. But nah, bro, honestly, bro, I've love for coming on. As I said, don't feel like you gotta fight man's battles, man. It's dumb.
No worries, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, guys, if you want to find me on Twitter at Johnny, JONNY FX1. And again, all the love and respect that you've given me in comments today, guys, I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're all real ones. Rants, realest one out there. And I really mean that. Thank you very much.
It's calm, bro. Honestly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's calm. Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone inside. And yeah, man, back again at 7:30 tonight with Statman for the England game. So big up everyone that's followed us over to Twitch as well. It's been booming off, man. So I appreciate all you lot for the support. Like, big up the Twitch.
Make sure you subscribe to his channel, guys. Make sure you follow him, yeah. Make sure you support him. Good man, man. Good man. Regardless of what people say, he's a fucking good man.
Hey, fuck him, Johnny. Honestly, fuck him. We'll be back at 7:30, people. Mad love.